Good morning, dear student. Once again, today we have the science class. As I already told you that in a previous class, we are discussing some basic practices of crop protection. Means what are the practices taken by the farmer to ensure about the good yield or good crops. So these all are the basic practices. First one is the preparation of soil. Second, selection and sowing of seeds. Irrigation. The weeding, crop protection, harvesting and storage. So as I told you that now today in this session or today's class we are going to discuss about all these practices in a detail. So now without any delay we start our class. First the basic practices that is done by a farmer, that is a preparation of a soil. So for to ensure the good yield or taken by the farmer, that is depends on the all the agricultural practices. Means what are the methods, what are the practices that are taken over a period by the farmer, that all the practices is known as what agriculture practices. Okay, so first preparation of soil. As you know that this is very important method or a practice. Simply, as you know that if you went to a field and simply you sprinkle or put some seeds there, what happened with that? You can find it that after a few days you find that there will be no germination, means seedlings not grow from seeds. So the preparation of soil is a basic fundamental method or practice. So now in the preparation of soil there are the three stages: the plugging, labeling and adding a manure. Okay, so these are the three practices that makes this preparation of soil complete. So first one, plugging. Plugging means what? You know anyone? Yes, plugging means what? The loosening and turning of a soil. Loosening and turning of a soil is known as a plugging. Sometimes it is also known as a tilling. It is also known as a tilling. So plugging means loosening and turning of a soil. So this can be done, this plugging can be done with the help of some instruments or the agricultural implements like hoe, plow, wooden plow, iron plow, cultivators. That cultivators is driven by the tractors. Okay, so whatever the implements or the tools or machines we use for this agricultural practices, that is called the agricultural implements or agricultural tools. So here what tools we use for this? For plugging we use plow, hoe, and third one is a cultivator. Okay, these three things, three tools we used for a plugging, means for loosening and turning the soil. Plow, that can be drawn by the ox or bullock, mostly in the olden days used by the farmer. Then hoe, then a cultivator. This is the more modern tools or implements which is driven by the tractor. So now why it is essential or why it is useful? So there are some benefits or advantages of doing this practice. Means why this plugging is done or can be done by the farmer? Because of what? Some advantage or some benefit of doing this practice. So plugging, first things, it makes soil loose. So when the soil is loose, seeds can be germinated easily and the root can be penetrated at a deeper and it can be absorb more nutrient. Second thing, it makes soil more aerated. Means after the turning and loosening of soil, there created many vacant space is there. So that space is completely filled or occupied with the air. So sufficient amount of the air is present or provided by doing this practice for a healthy growth of a plant. Third thing, that loose soil that provides more suitable or favorable condition for growing of microbes and earthworms. As you know that these microbes and earthworms provide the role of a decomposers. Means it easily decomposed waste materials and it turn into the good manure or humus. Next, the advantage of plugging. Next one is that by the turning and loosening the soil, the nutrients can be come on the top layer. Nutrient is present at the deeper, so that we come or exposed on the surface due to turning or loosening the soil. And one more, that it also provide the check against the soil erosion. Means this process loosening and turning, it also provide the check against the soil erosion. So now these are the basic benefits or advantage or usefulness of water plugging. Now next one, leveling. So after plugging, this plugging is complete. Now next step is what? The leveling. This is a preparation of soil. Under the preparation of soil, this is second steps. Okay, after the plugging. So leveling means leveling can be done with the levelers, and the leveler means nothing but it's a log. Wooden log or heavy log. It may be made up of a heavy metallic rod like that. So this also has some beneficial or usefulness or advantage. So leveling means after the plugging there will be a large chunks and lumps of soil in a field. So we need to make a uniform or level it. If the soil is not level, so it's not easy to uniform. It is not easy to irrigate uniformly. So after leveling means we can add a fertilizer or manure easy. Second thing, it is easy to irrigate. Third thing, there will be no problem of water losing. Water losing means the accumulation of or collection of extra water nearby the plant in the soil. So it create water, it create the problem of decreasing soil fertility, or it created the problem of that plant became very weak and it cannot hold upright or stand vertically. And due to that accumulation of extra water, the salt can be accumulated near the plants, and slowly that soil turn into barren or unfertile. So this is a problem can be overcome by the process of leveling. Now next one, adding manure and fertilizer. This is the third part or third steps under the preparation of soil. Adding of manure and fertilizers. Fertilizers and manure, these are what? These are the food supplement. Just you know that when we are feeling a weakness in our body, so we are taking water food supplements that prescribed by the doctor. So for that, it also plant also needed some this special kind of nutrients or minerals, so that can be given by us or artificially it added in the form of manure and fertilizer. Manure is a completely organic substance, biodegradable substance, which is formed by the decomposition of waste material or decay material of plants and animals. So when this decomposed by the earthworms or microbes, it turned into what? Organic substance or a brown color humus or a manure. But another hand, this fertilizers are the chemical, means the fertilizers are made up of chemical. So these are the non-biodegradable substance, and non-biodegradable means that it cannot be decomposed is by the microbes. So it's a harmful for environment as well as for the soil as well as for the plants and animals, means for whole living worlds. So but it gives, this fertilizer gives the quick response, means when we are added or apply the fertilizers, so we are getting the quick response from the fertilizer. But other hand, it also has some harmful effect over the manure, because manure is an organic substance, natural substance that easily decomposed. So there are some advantages of using manure over the fertilizers. This question may be asked in exam many times. What are the benefit of using manure over the fertilizers? Yeah, what are the between fertilizers and manure. Yeah, what are the usefulness of fertilizers and manure? So the benefit or advantage of using manure over the fertilizer is that manure makes the soil more porous. It can increase the water holding capacity of soil, means the soil can hold the water for the long time period. It is non-harmful, eco-friendly. Then this adding the manure, it makes soil more porous and more aerated, means it can more air can be accumulated there or can be utilized by the plants. So these are the difference and usefulness of using manure over the fertilizer. Now come to next, the second steps or the second practice of crop production, that is selection and sowing of seeds. So after preparation of soil, means the soil is prepared for the sowing. So now next turn for what? For the selecting the seeds, means the farmer want to select the seeds. So now it's very easy that generally we are selecting which type of seeds which gives us a better or ensure a good yield or good production. So here the main important thing is that when the farmer selecting seeds, there are some things, some points or some special things we should keep in our mind, that seed should be healthy, means the seed cannot be spoiled by the microbes or not infected by any germs or disease. It have the high percentage of germination, means good high yielding varieties, and it cannot affected by the or seed cannot affected by any kind of germs, means it have the high resistance power against the germs and the insect. So disease resistance, it have the high germinability, means if we use 100 grams seed, so out of that 90 grams seed should be germinate, means change or germinate or it can be grow into the plants. So there will be a much more chance of germination of seeds. Simply if you use 100 grams seeds and out of that only the 50 grams seeds germinate, means this water is not good for a farmer. So selection of seeds, that is very important. So farmer should be select the healthy seeds free from disease. It should be treated with the fungicides or insecticides or pesticides. Now after selecting the seeds, sowing of seeds. Sowing means what? Simply sowing means what? It is the process or method of placing seeds into the soil. Okay, it is the process or method of placing seed into the soil is known as a sowing. So here sowing can be done by the different three methods. Broadcasting, these are the three different methods, means these are the methods for the sowing of seeds. First one is the broadcasting. Broadcasting means what? Simply the sprinkle of seeds with the hands. As you know that in the olden time, the farmers simply went to their field and they sprinkle the seeds with their hand. But now the one problem with this is that there will be no chance of uniform distribution of seeds. Means somewhere you find much more overcrowding of seeds and somewhere space remains empty. Vacant, there will be no sprinkle of seeds, so means there will be no uniform distribution of seeds. Okay, so broadcasting means simply the sprinkle of seeds with the hands, that or by using the mechanical broadcaster sometimes also used. Now next one, by the seed drill. Seed drill, it's installed on the tractors. It have the metallic tube and open mouth. It's just like you can see funnel like shape. this type, and these are installed at the cultivator. So simply farmer place seeds here in the open mouth part, just like it's similar to the funnel. So from here the seeds are uniformly distributed or sowing in the soil. So using the seed drill, it is beneficial, or it's good for the farmer. It have some advantage. By the using seed drill means seeds can be distributed uniformly. Means there will be the appropriate gap or distance between the seeds, and at the appropriate depth. Means seeds neither be very deep and nor be on the surface. So sowing of seeds, seeds should be sown at the proper distance and proper depth. Means there will be no overcrowding. If overcrowding is done, or overcrowded seeds when germinated, it change into the big plants or seedlings, then what happen? Simply they are start fighting for the nutrient, for the sunlight, for the space, and for air. So that overcrowding is avoided by the farmer, and that can be avoided by using the seed drill. Okay, these are the method for sowing the seeds. Now next one, transplantation. It's very clear from this word. Transplantation means we are transferring the plant from one place to the another places. So simply, for example, paddy, rice, tomato, chili, like this, these crops transplanted from nursery to the from nursery to the main field. Nursery means a place where we start growing plants in a seedling form. So suppose that this seedling plants uprooted and then transferred to the where to the main field. So this process is called what? Transplantation. Okay, means transferred from where? From nursery to the main field. When it is the plant at the seedling stage or a baby stage. So that uprooted from the, just you see this time. This is the favorable or time season for the transplantation of a paddy. So these are the three methods of sowing of seeds. Now there are some factor or some points should be kept in mind by the farmer during the sowing. Means the seeds should be sown at a proper distance. There will be no overcrowding and proper depth. Okay, if it is on the surface or shallow, so it should be eaten by the rodents or other animals or birds maybe. So it should be at appropriate distance and appropriate depth. Second things, seeds have the high percentage of germinity or free from a disease, means it have a high disease resistance power. Now next one comes to the next point, irrigation. Now irrigation means what? You know what is irrigation? Yes, generally you see that your father or your grandfathers in your garden are giving the water with a tube or a pump or any other instrument or a bucket. Maybe use a bucket for giving the water. So that way means the artificial way of giving water to the crops is known as irrigation. Okay, irrigation means water. The process or phenomena of giving artificially water to the plants or crops is known as irrigation. Now there are the two main methods of irrigation. First one is a traditional method. This traditional method is also known as the old method. Old method, why it is called a old method? Because it is followed or adopted by the mostly Asian people or old people. In Asian times when there will be no modern methods of irrigation. So simply this irrigation means the watering of a plant can be done with some local methods. So that is also known as a traditional method or a old method. In traditional method or old method, a motte, rahat, bakery and a chain pump these are the ancient time methods or old methods. Simply these are the very time consuming and more effort or more labor work is needed for that. This rat or technically more, this is all driven or pulled by the ox or a bullock. So it's a time consuming method. Now next one is the modern method. Modern method means the new method for the irrigation. These are the very beneficial or advantage or advanced method of irrigation. So in this first one is a drip irrigation. Drip irrigation means water directly in a field. The pipeline is installed underground or under the soil, and from that water directly, suppose that here this is a crop or plant. So water is directly given in the form of drop at the base of a plant. So there will be no wasting of water, means that whole water is utilized by the plant and directly given at the base. Okay. Other method, this all are the water, means the wastage of water taken place in this method, but here directly water given by us that are totally consumed or totally utilized by the plant, because we are giving that water directly at the base of a plant or at the root. So total water is utilized. Sprinkle system. Sprinkle system means this also pipeline is installed like in the first method in the drip irrigation, and from that we have one pipe vertically from this, and at the top of the pipe we have a nozzle. So by high pressure that water is sprinkled in the form of rain. So that's why it is this method is also known as artificial rain. Means this question many times asks name the methods of irrigation in which the water is given in the form of artificial rain. So that is what a sprinkler system. So from here means the water is coming here, and due to high pressure it will be sprinkled over a large area. Means due to high pressure and a small amount of the water it covers the large area. Okay. Now next one is furrow irrigation. Furrow irrigation means furrows or ridges is formed in the field, and from furrows the water is filled in that area. Next one, basin. Basin, it is also another method. Field is can say that we form the different ridges or patches, and that is filled with the water. So these are the four different modern methods of water irrigation. So these are two most important, drip irrigation and sprinkler system of irrigation. These are under the water irrigation method. So I hope you understand all these things. Okay, so just you try to write down all these things, and we are discussing these remaining things. Okay. So now next one, water after the irrigation, the fourth process under the crop production is weeding. Now simply weeding means water. The weeding means the process of removal of unwanted plants from the field. Means simply you can say the process of removing grass. Simply you see that with our main crops, many the different type of wild plants or grass also grown up. So the process of removing this that grass or weeds is known as a weed. Weeds means simply water, unwanted plants. Unwanted plants that grow with the water crops. That unwanted plant is known as water weeds. So that the process removal of unwanted plant, this is called known as weeding. This weeding can be done with different three methods. The first one is water tilling. This tilling is done before the sowing, means during the plugging and the turning. So that time whatever the already the weeds is present in the field, that will be removed by the process of tilling, by the turning and loosening the soil with the hoe or plow or cultivators. So first one is the tilling, and second one unwanted plants or grass should be removed from the field. That can be done with the manual methods. Manual method means simply this the methods, some instruments or implements used by the farmer like kurpi or harrow. These things generally we use at our garden also. So by uprooting this uprooting in this methods we uprooted the grass or unwanted plants, and then we thrown away from the field or outside the field. Okay, so manual method means simply the uprooting of unwanted plants or grass with the hands or by using the harrow or a kurpi like instruments. Now next one, chemical methods. Chemical methods, in this we use some chemical like 2,4-D metachlor, 2,4-D metachlor, cyziazine. These all are the examples of weedicides. Weedicides means what? Weedicides means the chemical which are used to kill the weeds is known as weedicides. These weedicides mostly use 2,4-D metachlor, cyziazine. These all are given in your textbook. So just you go through a textbook. There you can find all the examples. So simple weedicides. These are the weedicides. So weedicides means what? The chemical which is used to remove or which is used to kill the weeds from a field. That is called a weedicide. Or simply example of weedicide which commonly used, that 2,4-D and a metachlor or a cyziazine. Okay, these are all weedicides. Now next one, harvesting, crop protection. Crop protection means what? How we can protect our crops, because means we are doing all these things in very well manner, in very well way. But if we are not protect our crop from destroying, then what happen? We are getting nothing. So crop protection means how we can protect our crops. So simply you see in rural areas or in the field that a farmer place or put a scarecrow, putla, so that scarecrow that is put in the field for water to protect the crops from animals or birds. Simply fencing around the field. There's a fencing around the field that also formed. Why? For the protection of crops. By beating the drums, farmers simply beating the drums. So by beating the drums, what happened? The birds are not coming in that field. So that's also way to protect the crops. Next, the crop can also protected by the pest by using the pesticides. Means some chemical which is used to kill the pest. That is called the pesticides. Sometimes, just like this, in a few days before you heard, I hope there are the one news in this time means many these insects in Jodhpur side, Barmer sides, they attack on the crops. So that type of insects can be killed with the use of insecticides. Okay, so crops should be protected with the insecticides, pesticides, fungicides, rodenticides, which kills the rodents. Fungicides means kill the fungi. Pesticides which kill the pest, insecticides which kill the insects. So these are the way by which we can protect our crops. Now next one, harvesting. So after the ripening or maturing of after the maturation or our crop is ready for cutting. So the process of cutting and gathering is known as what? Harvesting. Okay. So this harvesting can be done with the two methods. First one is threshing. This threshing can be done with the thresher. Thresher is a machine which is used for the threshing. Or threshing is a process of separating grains from the husk. It is a process of separating a grain from the husk, that is known as a threshing, and this can be done with the thresher. Now next one, winnowing. Winnowing means it's a process in which the grains can be separated by the husk or the chaff by blowing the air. Simply you see in village that the farmers use some pot, some basket like which is made up of wood or a bamboo tree. So they're blowing grains in air. So due to that water, the grains due to having weight that collected at the bottom, and then that chaff flown away due to the light in a weight. So that is harvesting. Now next, last one, that is a storage. So due to, as you know that you see that in a newspaper, the metric of ton of grains every year spoiled due to the poor management or poor facility of storage. So this is very important, storage. After this all things, the storage should be done in a proper way. Means that the storage space or godowns, it should be neat and clean, dry, well ventilated, well ventilated. Open places means air should be passed. So this storage can be done in two ways, by the silos. Silos means the tall metallic cylindrical